Right, that felt offensive, but okay. New York. I hope y'all don't hate me. Oh my goodness, this is hard. Sorry, real quick. Fix.
Doing great though.
My name is Brandon Bier, footwear designer based out of New York, and this is Kicks and Coffee.
Super excited today. I have one of my favorite human beings. We met back in 2020, part of the AndThem Design Collective. She has quite a range of unique talents and abilities. I'm super inspired by a lot of the work that she does. One of the more unique people I've ever met in my life, and it's just a must to have her on. So the one and only Shaughna-Kay Todd, welcome.
I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Brandon. It's an honor to be a guest on your show.
We've been on this journey for some time. Tell us a little bit about how you got started. Give us a little intro into how Shaughna-Kay got into the design world.
Well, first of all, I'm Shaughna-Kay, but I go by SKT. I guess my story starts in a suburban town in Georgia. I moved to New York when I was 18 to go to FIT, and during my time at FIT, I was able to intern for April Walker, volunteer at Fashion Week, really dip my toe in a lot of really cool experiences that led me to a really great community and a really incredible design team. Without giving away too much, that's kind of my little blurb about myself.
So I want to give the audience a look into Shaughna-Kay's world. Like, define your personal style for us, kicks, mindset, let's talk a little bit about that.
I feel like my personal style, mindset, from clothes to shoes to life, it's a little, I don't know, the word prickly keeps coming to mind just because I just choose things that kind of provoke in the best way possible. Like, for instance, these right here, I love these. These are I Love You So Much. And that was the brand name. They no longer exist. But one of my colleagues designed these shoes. And so Sarah Jaramillo, I just said her name terribly. Sarah Jaramillo, excuse me.
Shout out to Sarah.
Forgive me, Sarah. But yeah, I kind of like things that are a little unexpected. Sometimes I'll look like, I don't know, a 1950s working lady or something. And then I'll look like, really casual, young Bushwick resident. So it's I'm just trying to figure out how to be all sides of myself at the same time. I feel like a very dimensional person, but I try not to be sometimes, and that gets me in more trouble than it's helped. So yeah, I'm just trying to embrace that prickliness. That's,
Jeff is smiling.
Yeah. Jeff.
So tell us a little bit about what your ideal coffee shop vibe is. Minimal, cozy, buzzing with people, more creative, whatever. Talk to us.
Okay, my ideal coffee shop vibe depends on what I intend to get done. I'm always gonna go for cozy because I want to feel like I'm at home, but you're always a little uncomfortable, so work gets done and then you're like, can't wait to go home. But if I'm trying to be cute, I love an artsy, full of people, I just want to feel like I'm in Paris or something, or in New York. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry, that felt offensive, but okay. New York. I hope y'all don't hate me.
So Gwinnett to New York, FIT, with a focus in apparel design. How does one get to footwear from that?
So the last thing I expected was to be a footwear designer at any point in my life, or at least right out of college. I don't know, a couple months after graduation, came back to New York, and I'm networking, trying to find a job. And long story short, I meet a wonderful woman who introduces me to Jeff Henderson, who was like, hey, let's meet up, let's talk, because I know you know how to use Adobe Illustrator, based on the woman who introduced us. And I'm bringing my portfolio, and this man has no interest in seeing my portfolio, which I'm like, what? Okay. And he's like, yeah, I just want to know if you can use this program. We're going to learn how to make shoes. And that's literally it. No offense, but a random man was like, hey, I want to teach you how to make shoes. And I was just like, you know what? Life gives you lemons. We're going to make shoes. So that's what happened. Now I've worked on, I don't know, kids' shoes, women's, men's, clogs, like sneakers, you name it. Like it's just not necessarily the path I expected, but it has taught me so much. I mean, obviously you taught me how to do all of that, which is crazy because it's just like, again, I never thought I'd be here doing all of this. But yeah, like it has taught me how to be malleable and like adapt to any design environment. So that's probably the coolest thing about that. Even though you didn't ask, I'm telling you. So yeah.
So far too much credit. You did the work. Well, I've just had some knowledge. Just happy to impart it, just like my mentors have done for me. Talk a little bit about a tech pack in terms of like what that was for you and in terms of experience. And also, I do want you to tell us a little bit about what some of those challenges may be for a footwear designer, specifically if you're a woman and of color. What are some things that you may want to say for that next and up and coming Shaughna-Kay that's looking to get into the footwear industry or doesn't even know she wants to do shoes yet?
Initially, my difficulty was adapting to a more technical design. And so tech packs, that's why I made that face. I was like, oh my gosh, I remember the first time I did one. It was a mess. And I basically had to just be like, hey, Brandon, how do you do everything? And then I got the hang of it, and I actually kind of liked it a whole lot. So it was a challenge to learn how to do the cross sections. And if you've ever done like a footwear tech pack, you'll understand that you're showing like the bones and muscles of the shoe. It's the best way I could describe it. And at a certain point, it gets kind of exciting to like know how to construct something that you wear every day that we take for granted all the time. But in terms of speaking life into someone who might be like me, who might actually want to do footwear, never even considered it. If you're passionate about design and curious about design even, because sometimes you don't even know what you want to do, be open to things and go for them as intensely as you can. Like me, I kind of took a chance. Like I didn't see that as my entry into the fashion industry, and it was, and I've done so much as a result of doing something I just never saw myself doing. But being down to like go for a ride and learn how to design shoes with a bunch of new people who are taking the same chance.
So there's so much going on in the fashion industry today. There's a lot in the media about how, product gets made, waste, sustainability. What's one thing Shaughna-Kay would change about the industry, specifically when you think about our youth? And as long as I've known you, I don't know anybody who cares more about the youth than you. So speak a little bit about that.
I think in order to protect the future of fashion for young people who are interested, I think it starts with us caring about the people who are in fashion right now. I have a deep interest in people who make the actual clothing, particularly people who are, for lack of a better word, working in sweatshops. And so my life conundrum mission, the age-old question I'm trying to answer is how do we eradicate that? And I know eradicate is a really big word and a really tall ask, but to kind of make that industry not what it is right now, to create an industry where people actually have rights and are working in stable conditions and are getting paid actual money and not $4 a day or something insane. So that's my thing. I think that's the only way that we can really say we care about young people and people, I guess, behind us or in front of us. Depends on how you look at time. But if we preserve our present and care about our future, we should care about the people doing the things right now. And then it will give younger people hope for what's possible. And then they won't have to be playing catch up. Like sometimes I feel like we're playing catch up because of so much destruction that's happened because of some of our practices that weren't the best.
So Kicks and Coffee, tell us what's in your cup and then tell us what's on your feet.
Okay, so for coffee, I'm keeping it simple these days. So this is a black iced Americano. I wanted cold brew, but it's not the season apparently. It's fine. And on my feet, I'm wearing I Love You So Much.
All right, so we're going to finish the episode with a little bit of rapid fire. Music while working or silence?
Music.
A trend you hate?
Okay. I love a good pajama set outside, chic. But I don't know about like the fake pajama pant, like the striped one with the t-shirt to make it look like you're wearing a pajama outside. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, then forget it. I love everything. I don't hate anything.
Early bird or night owl?
I am a reformed night owl, so early bird.
One word to describe SKT.
This one was hard, but hopeful.
Well, it's been real. Another episode of Kicks and Coffee in the books. The one and only Shaughna-Kay Todd. It's been a pleasure to have you. And time flies. We worked on a number of projects together, and some of them have went to market. So if you love the vibes, make sure to stay tuned and be sure to follow us, subscribe. Until next time, keep your kicks fresh, your coffee strong, and your creativity flowing. Until next time.
Right. Well, I don't know. Can I sing for you?
I'll take it.
I'm playing. I won't do it.